Welcome back, anime lover. One Piece chapter is out and it features a color spread of the Straw Hats enjoying pizza. Sanji and Jinbei are in the background, busy cooking the pizzas that everyone is enjoying. The theme of this illustration seems to be Italy, and there are some words written on the Straw Hats' clothes. Jinbei's clothes might have the name of a pizza on them, but we can't make out what's written on the others' outfits. We even see Doflamingo, who is also enjoying the pizza. This makes me think that we might see something related to Doflamingo in the near future. What you think about this color spread? Write your thought in the comment section. Chapter starts with the Pacifista Mark III and Sea Beast weapons attacking the Marines' battleship, and the Marines are having a hard time dealing with them. We all know that Vegapunk is the smartest scientist in the world of One Piece, so it's clear that he would have a strong defense system. This means the Marines won't find it easy to get past those defenses, as we can clearly see that some of the battleship are sunk by these Sea Beast weapons. It's obvious that these weaker Marines don't have a chance against the Sea Beast and other defense system. But remember, the Marines have their own powerful backup. We see two Vice Admirals stepping and Doll kicks one of the Pacifista, and the other Vice Admiral having multiple chins, wearing a mechanical arm, punches one of the Sea Beast's weapons. That punch really hurts the Sea Beast. After this, we straight cut to Labo Stratum, where Vegapunk and Straw Hats are. We see Stella looks puzzled because he doesn't understand why the Sea Beasts are fighting against the Marines. He knows they should be aware that Sentomaru is waiting with Pacifistas. Here we are also reminded of control hierarchy of Pacifista, 5 elders having the highest authority, followed by Vegapunk, after that Sentomaru, and finally anyone with an authority chip. Usopp realizes that Marines have sent someone ahead, and Usopp notices it was Kizaru. He confirms that Stussy was right, they have indeed sent an admiral. Brook also mentioned that it looks like the troubling memories from Sabayati have returned to hunt us. Stella understands that it was unkind to ask Sentomaru to confront Kizaru, and he won't blame him if he runs away. In the next scene, Sentomaru tries to block Kizaru's strong kick, but it's so powerful that it sent Sentomaru flying. While kicking, Kizaru told Sentomaru to surrender. Kizaru flies up high and shoots a laser beam at Sentomaru. To protect himself, he starts running away. While he's running, he says he can't give up because he made a promise to Luffy. Kizaru is surprised to learn that Sentomaru has teamed up with pirates. Sentomaru responds by saying that he owes Vegapunk his life, so it doesn't matter who he's teaming up with, it's all about helping Vegapunk to escape. As he was saying this, he picks up his axe and attacks Kizaru, but Kizaru dodges his attack by splitting himself in half. After this, we shown the flashback of Sentomaru. It's the same story that Oda-sensei explained in the SBS Volume 106. The Marines received a report saying that wild bears are attacking human villages on a certain island, and Vegapunk accompanied them to set up a system to fight bears. When the Marines were investigating the dangerous mountain, they came across a boy who defeated all the bears with Sumo and Rain as the boss of the mountain, and that was Sentomaru. He told Stella that he wants a well-paying job. He also mentioned, "As I already tough so I don't get hungry." Stella then asks him then where he will spend all his money. Sentomaru replied that he wanted Onigiri. Then Vegapunk offers him a job as his bodyguard. After hearing this, Sentomaru got excited. While in order to fulfill his duties of protecting Vegapunk, so he needed training, so he asked Kizaru to train him. In the present, Kizaru told Sentomaru that he had taught him as best as he could. Sentomaru hit the admiral with a strong palm-named attack, causing him to bleed. However, Kizaru didn't react much, he just let Sentomaru know that his own defenses are pretty impressive too. Kizaru then jumps high up in the air and launches a powerful laser beam attack which sent Sentomaru crashing into the ground. That attack impact was so powerful that its sound could be heard from the outside. Since Sentomaru got knocked down and there's no one higher up to give orders to these Pacifistas, now anyone with authority chip can control this Pacifista, so Kizaru lifted his authority chip and made an announcement to all nearby Pacifistas. He told them that the old orders weren't working anymore because the person who gave them got knocked out. Now that he was in charge, he wanted the Pacifistas to change their focus. Instead of following the old orders, he wanted them to protect the naval fleet. Their first job was to get rid of the dangerous Sea Beast weapon attacking their ships. The Pacifista squad quickly got to work and started destroying those Sea Beast weapons, and they informed to Saint Jagartha Saturn about it. But he wasn't happy about of destroying those valuable weapons. But when it came down to choosing between the weaponized Sea Beasts and having 50 Pacifistas, the decision was obvious. He chose to keep the Pacifistas. He planned on keeping track of all their losses here and asked for updates on a regular basis. As the dust cleared, Usopp was stunned to see the Sentomaru had been defeated. When Stella saw Sentomaru in this state, he started crying right away. They couldn't afford to waste any time. Vegapunk and his satellites working as fast as to break the code to get back control of the system. But York insisted that they wouldn't be able to crack her code. After all, she is a Vegapunk too. We saw Kizaru standing close to Sentomaru on the ground. Kizaru then glanced up at what he wanted to do next. Vegapunk Stella told everyone to focus on the work because Kizaru is made of light. He could be passing through the barrier at any moment. Usopp freaked out after hearing this because he hadn't thought of such possibility. Again, Usopp remembering the memory of how badly the Admiral beat them back 2 years ago. They need to get ready to get out as fast as they could once the barrier is down. Lilith was having the Vega Force 1 carrying the Sunny to the back of the island. Just then an alarm started to ringing. Luffy asked Lilith what was happening, and Lilith said it was their emergency siren. This was odd because no one should have been able to get past the barrier. After getting up, Kizaru talked to himself about the power station, Punk Records, and Vegapunk York. Those were the 3 things that could not be harmed in this process, and Kizaru even wished he could add his old friends to the list. But sadly, he has to eliminate his old friend because it is top priority. We see Kizaru has finally infiltrated the dome, with Luffy and the others still on their way. Usopp shouted that the Luffy needed to hurry up. Brook was concerned too. Stella reminded Other that it would be pointless to lift the barrier if the ship isn't ready for their departure. Just then Stussy notices that Rob Lucci was running towards Stella to attack him. But before he could do anything, Stussy stepped in front of Stella and took the finger pistol attack of Rob Lucci. Stella was really scared by what just happened. After taking that attack, Stussy fell to the ground. Sanji quickly borrowed bubble gum from Nami and used it to trap Kaku inside a bubble. As Kaku was already injured and as Devil Fruit user he would be weakened by the bubble container. To Sanji, it seemed like Lucci had chosen not to inform Kaku about his plan. Zoro then attacked Lucci, asking him as if he needed to back up to grow a backbone. But Lucci didn't care. He believed that if he and Kizaru working together, their enemies were all as good as dead. Zoro replied saying he should know by now that he's underestimating them is a very big mistake. Elsewhere, Kizaru was watching the Vega Force 1 running while carrying the Sunny. As he was wondering where the Straw Hat's ship was since he didn't see it on the shore, now he had his answer. Frankie called out to Luffy to letting him know that the Marine sent an admiral after them, and wonder what they should do about it. Luffy was already there to welcome the admiral and the two exchange a brief greeting. Then in the next instant Luffy Haki Infused kicked Kizaru, but Kizaru manages to block the attack. Kizaru could see that Luffy was as cheeky as ever. Luffy replied with a smile on his face, letting Kizaru know that he's 100 times stronger than they were 2 years ago. It's finally time Luffy versus an admiral is happening. Now it's time for Luffy to thrash Kizaru and pay him back what Kizaru did with them back 2 years ago on Sabayati Archipelago.